Good morning, Toastmasters. I don't know if there's any guests this morning. I will turn it over to Nancy this morning, who is our inspiration.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. As we start our meeting, let's remember that each person that comes to the microphone, may we listen with full attention and encouragement. May each one of us feel supported, confident, and heard. Let this be another opportunity of growth, courage, and shared learning. May it be so. Enjoy the meeting today.
Thank you, Nancy. And now we will do the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And with that, I will turn it over to our Toastmaster this morning, Eric Schneider.
Thank you.
Let's see if I can.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Are there any quick announcements from the floor? Marty is here. He's right over there. No. No. Just want to let everybody know, April 16th, the DECA class will be joining us for their meeting. So please mark your calendars. And with that, I'll turn things over to our Vice President of Education, Kate Orr, for our new member inductions.
Good morning, everyone. I am Kate. I am our Vice President of Education. Welcome to our members and our newest members. April 1st, as of April 1st, we have 2 new members. And April 1st was also AM Lockport's 42nd anniversary of founding as a chapter. So this is very exciting. We're excited to welcome also our guests. I'm not sure if we have guests on Zoom. We'll get to that shortly and announce who is in the space at some point. Our Toastmaster of the day will share that, especially for our Table Topics Master. Fellow Toastmasters, it is now our duty and privilege to induct Chris Kelly and Zach Finney, new members into AM Lockport. This is an important occasion, both for these new members and for our club. These individuals have come to Toastmasters seeking to improve their communication and leadership, and we now have an opportunity to help them learn, grow, and achieve. I will now call both of them forward to join me at the lectern. Please okay, continue. We clap here. The script literally says, please withhold your applause until the ceremony is completed. I didn't write this, and this is the newest version from Toastmasters International, TI. So from here on out, we will hold the applause until this concludes. All right, but you, sure, go right ahead, right here, and then how do we look on camera, folks? We've got the flag on one side, the banner. Look at these guys. They're all about the stage presence. All right. Chris Kelly and Zach Finney, you are joining a worldwide organization that has helped more than 4 million people learn to communicate more efficiently. As members of our AM Lockport Toastmasters Club, you will benefit from a proven program of self-development. You will become part of this outstanding group of people who are dedicated to help one another in the spirit of sharing and enjoyment. These, all right, we have not selected, or together we have not selected mentors. That's something that we can work towards. In some new member inductions, a mentor is assigned immediately. We will work towards that, and we will all mentor one another on this journey, as we always do. All right, now I would, okay, all right, we'll skip that part. Thank you very much. Okay, we already did that. You're allowed to use Toastmasters, as many of you know, and then also modify as needed and adapt. Okay, moving on. We ask that both of you new members dedicate yourselves to personal growth, to share your great gift, your gift of your voice and leadership. with your fellow members and to help keep this Toastmasters Club strong and dynamic. Please face your fellow members and affirm your membership. You will repeat after me. Say your own name. Don't say my name. Okay. I say your name. In the presence of my fellow members of AM Lockport, make this firm obligation to attend meetings and prepare fully for each project, to apply myself outlined in the Toastmasters pathways, to participate actively in club activities, to evaluate others in a positive, constructive manner, to build open relationships with my fellow members, and to bring other new members to the club so they can also gain benefits of Toastmasters. Would all club members please now stand and repeat our club's pledge to the new members? Repeat after me. We, the members of AM Lockport, pledge to support you in your quest for self-development, to provide you with helpful evaluations, to maintain a friendly, supportive atmosphere, to give you opportunities, and to make your Toastmasters membership a rewarding and fulfilling experience. I have pins for you, and I'm not going to pin you because you have, I don't know how you want these displayed. Welcome, Chris Kelly. Welcome, Zach Finney to AM Lockport. Bravo. Okay, we'll do a picture. And Marty, as Vice President of Membership, and Joe as President, can you stand forward and we'll take a photo and get right near the lectern. And let's do this quickly and move right along. The video is great. We can capture a still from the, there we go, right back. Smile.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you. I love it. All right. I do have an announcement as Vice President of Education. I did finish with Mary and Derek's help on Sunday our incoming schedule, and David Licata will be our Toastmaster next week. And do you have a theme for us for next week? Oh, he would love to come up. And he looks great. Don't run. But he looks great, and he's ready for Dingus Day coming up on Monday. Any of our guests or Zoom, I'm sure he'll tell you more about it. We got to stay right on track.
The theme, and this shirt kind of ties in a little bit with the theme, is 100 places in Buffalo you should see before you die. I won't do the whole 100, I promise. Thank you very much.
Well, that was about 10 seconds. Thank you, Dave. I think it's your best record yet. No, I'm just kidding. Yep, no hopes necessary. All right, folks, good morning. Thank you, Kate. And again, congratulations and welcome, Zach and Chris. It's great to have you guys in our club. You guys are going to enjoy every single minute of it. All right, we're going to announce who's in the room right now. So, Beth, for table topics, you have, and we do have our 3 speakers, which is great. And Marty, where is Marty? Marty, you said you would do? Nope. Okay, perfect. So Larry will do the just. I'm going to not yet. Okay. So who we have in today? So in the room we got me, Len, Mark, Darcy, Chris, Zach, Larry, Dave, Stephen, Jill, Mike, Bridget, Maggie, Sam, Beth, Joe, Marty. And online we got Phil, Sylvia, Tracy, Nancy, Margot, Carol Ann, Marshall, David Jones, and Young. And that's it for the Walton family, as I just announced this morning. All right. We're going to get started with our roll holders this morning. So we'll start with our word master, Marshall. Marshall, can you give us the word of the day, please?
Okay, thank you. The word of today is iconic. Iconic. Iconic adjective. The definition is widely recognized and well established, very famous and memorable, especially as a symbol of something important. Example, that scene from Titanic is truly iconic. Can you do me a favor? When anybody use iconic, do your finger snap. For one reason, we encourage them. Another reason, my listening comprehension isn't so good. You can remind me to record it. Let's try. The movie Captain America was so iconic. Okay, thank you. Go back to you.
Thank you so much. So please use the word of the day in table topics and in speeches. Our next roll holder this morning is our odd master online is Carol Ann. And Carol Ann, can you give us your description of your role, please?
Yes, as a master, I will be listening for ahs, pregnant pauses, and any distracting changes. I believe I just said an ah, and I think I'm very qualified because most weeks I have 5+. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Carol Ann. Our next roll holder this morning is our grammarian, Maggie Craig. Maggie, would you join me at the lectern, please? Good morning.
Hi, I just thought I'd pop up. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Well, the theme today is movie clips, and made me think, what would I do or what would we do if the grammarian took a break in Hollywood films? Perhaps we'd get lines like, "Me Tarzan, you Jane." Simple, memorable, and completely without verbs. Or from Predator, I ain't got time to bleed. Apparently, grammar didn't make the cut either, and the guy's probably laying there bleeding to, well, he's probably already dead. And one of my favorites, who you gonna call? Global hit with no verb in sight. And then there's my personal irritant. I could care less, which actually means you really do care. What you could say is, I could care less. Now, technically, we know the correct versions, but here's the interesting part. Sometimes breaking the rules creates rhythm, character, and impact. So today, as your grammarian, I'll be listening for strong word choices, clear language, and maybe the occasional rule-breaking moment. That works just as well as any Hollywood classic. Thank you.
All right, our jester filling in for Jim is Larry McKenzie. Welcome, Larry.
Late last evening, Jim informed us that he was not going to be able to be here today. I actually took a screenshot of his quote or his humor that he said that he would like to share with us this morning. He thought the theme was still about movies, so bear with us with the humor today. Fresh humor about songs from movies. The pun. Why did the movie song go to therapy? Because it had too many unresolved chords. The observational. Movie songs are magical. They can do something when you don't mess up your screen. Okay. They can make you cry, laugh, or suddenly believe you can dance until you remember you're still in the popcorn line. I know. And last but not least, the mini antidote. I once tried to sing along to a movie soundtrack in the theater. By the third verse, the guy next to me whispered, "Excuse me, sir, we're watching Jaws."
Thank you. Thank you, Jim. Our timer this morning is our club president, Joe Butnick. Joe, come on up. Welcome.
I will be timing our speakers today. Table topics is 1.5 to 2 minutes with a 15-second buffer. Speeches are normally 5 to 7 minutes with a 30-second buffer, and evaluations are 2 to 3 minutes with a 30-second buffer. And good luck to all of our speakers today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our quote master, who was it? Oh, Sylvia. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Larry. Sylvia is our quote master. Can you give us a quote today?
I'm going to give you a couple quotes today, Eric.
All right.
It's a Thursday, day before a long weekend. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called present.
Oh.
Today's to-do list, I have 7 of them. Smile, don't sweat the small stuff, think positive, inspire, love, be grateful, be happy. And the other one I have is life is like a camera. Just focus on what's important, capture the good times, develop from the negatives, and if it doesn't work out, take another shot.
That's nice.
I'll
Thank you.
leave you with those.
Thank you, Sylvia. Those were good quotes. Thank you. All right. Our quiz masters today is Mike Licata.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Good morning again, fellow Toastmasters. My job as quizmaster is to make sure everyone's listening by taking notes and then collecting all the information and quizzing everyone in the room at the end of the meeting. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Mike. And last but not least, we would like to call up our general evaluator, Bridget, to discuss what her role is. Good morning, Bridget. Come on up.
Good morning, everybody. So as the general evaluator, I will be looking at the overall theme of the meeting, how the meeting ran, how everything was set up, if people were introduced properly, if the lectern was always taken care of, that it wasn't left behind. Thank you. It also says that I will be looking for enthusiasm, organization. I'm going to see if this is the most iconic meeting I have ever been at. They're not snapping. There we go. So that's what I'm going to do today. And this is my first time. So please give me some grace. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bridget. All right. We're going to get to the clips in a moment, but we're going to dive right into table topics. And Beth, are you ready to divulge into the table topics? There you go. Oh, there you go.
Well, I also thought it was still music. So I went a little bit with that kind of a theme. So I'm going to play a few songs, just a little clip. Can any of you
tell me what the movie is. Name that tune. Smash Mouth. It says All Star. I don't know. From, yes. Hmm? Oh, yes. They said Shrek, so of course I have to have an advertisement first. So I'm going to call up. Come on. What? Okay. Berlin says yes. I think some of these songs are from different movies, but that's what it said anyway. So Top Gun? Yes. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to call up Jill. You knew, Jill. You knew. Thank you. Yes. Well, I mean, obviously, I'm talking about music because that's what I thought the theme was. Do you know of, can you think of a movie that particularly struck you that the music from that movie was iconic? Obviously, the writers go for it all the time, but is there some movie that really struck you? Okay. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. How about Rocky? In Eye of the Tiger. That's a good one. That's all I have to say on that. What an iconic, Eye of the Tiger. You're going to punch the guy in the eye. And he's a tiger. Okay. Anyhow. Last night I printed out the schedule for the conference. I've been waiting to see what we're getting for our money going to this last District 65 conference. We have the speech contests, which if you want to go just for a speech contest, they're $25 a piece to go as a spectator. Okay. Our educational sentences. Oh, no, sessions. That's what I said to Steve this morning accidentally. In the morning, AI for your Toastmasters journey. I don't want to do anything with AI. Leadership excellence and lead as a coach. The afternoon is design your direction, intentional goals for your pathways journey, improv to improve, mastering impromptu speaking. I guess I could probably use some help with that one. And blogging, engage with your audience. And that's our choices for the educational sentences that we have to deal with, along with the contests at the conference. And that is a Table Topics contestant's right to change the theme. My next contestant is going to be Zach. We have to get the younger viewpoint also because with movies, he may have watched movies I never even have heard of
let alone watched. I tend to watch movies with my grandchildren, like Wicked and Encanto, and things that, yeah. So my question for you is, what was the last movie you watched? And do you think the music added to the movie or was eh? That's not a good grammatical word, but we all know what it means. Okay?
Sounds good. Okay, good morning, everybody. The last movie that I watched was a movie with my kids called Zootopia 2. And if anybody has seen that movie, then you know that one of the songs, the iconic singers, is Shakira. And so, should I play the new Shakira Zootopia song for everybody? And what's right from the movie? Let's see. Yeah. Well, just in case anybody doesn't know it, let's see. Okay, let's. And now picture, as you're listening to this, 2 toddlers and an infant just jamming out, running around the room, making a complete mess. So, so this is my current life. Also dancing with toddlers. So you can picture me also in the room dancing. But that is the last movie that I watched. And did the music make it iconic? I would say so. Yeah, Shakira, and then the first Zootopia, she also had an iconic song with as well. So that is my answer. Thank you, madam.
All right, I need a third contestant. So all righty. Do you really? So as he comes up here, all right, now it's, oh, my phone is being my phone. It's the kind of phone that if I set it down,
Yeah, I know.
it calls someone.
The same.
Not someone I just talked to. I mean, someone on my contact list, but I don't know why, random. So, Dave, I have a feeling it doesn't really matter what I ask you because you're just going to talk.
And you'd be right, Beth.
So, I'm not even going to bother. Here you go, Dave.
Madam Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. We've already heard about Rocky, so I want to share a little Rocky anecdote. I believe that year, All the President's Men, that thing about Watergate, was in the running for Best Picture, but Rocky won. And Jason Robards, who played the editor of the Washington Post, got quite cross that his movie lost to Rocky and referred to it as, oh yeah, we lost to a home movie. So I never forgot that. But the most important thing, and this is where I can use the word iconic. In the movie Casablanca, there's a scene where the German officers are singing one of their songs from the Hitler Youth, and they're having a fine time in the bar singing this German anthem. And the protagonist, one of the protagonists, gets the band permission to play the Marseillaise. A lot of the extras and the people in that movie that were in that movie had just escaped from Nazi-occupied France. So when they're singing their hearts out and the tears are rolling down their cheeks, that's not acting. Never forget that when you see Casablanca. Thank you so much, Madam Topics Master.
And sometimes it's very interesting to learn about those types of things. I learned a few years ago that Maria von Trapp and two of her children were actually bits in the Sound of Music movie. At one point, if you see a woman with two ladies walking across with her, that was Maria von Trapp, the real one. So, thank you. I will pass it back. Where'd he go? Timer. Joe, right? And Marshall, you're going to be up next.
Okay.
Joe.
All three of our contestants qualified. Jill at 2:05, Zach at 1:30, Dave at 1:40. And there's an iconic song I can think of from the film Cabaret. Now, I got the film, of course, takes place in Germany just as Hitler is coming into power. Now, I got the soundtrack before I saw the movie, and there's a song on the soundtrack. It's a really nice, pretty little song called Tomorrow Belongs to Me. Then I saw the movie when that song was actually playing. It was a bunch of Hitler youth getting up doing the salute, the Hitler salute, singing that song. Now every time I hear that song, I get the willies. I don't think it's pretty anymore. Yeah, thank you.
And our snapping master, Marshall.
Okay. Our three table topic speakers, Jill, Doug, and Dave, all used the ones of our iconic.
Iconic.
And
Okay.
Bridget Beth also used ones. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Are we going on?
Thank you. All right. As we do, there'll be polls showing up on screen, and Darcy in the room is going to be collecting the ballots. So please cast your ballots for Jill, Zach, or Dave. So movie clip time. We're going to do The Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad. Leslie Nielsen singing the national anthem as Enrico Palazzo. And Len will. Okay. As the card comes rolling through, well, all right, we'll do that. Oh. Yeah, my computer just froze up on me. Yeah, we'll do a speech first as I fix my laptop. Yeah, we'll do all speeches. So we're going to invite up our first evaluator this morning, Tracy Farrell, who is on the Zoom call. Tracy, can you explain what Sam's going to be speaking about today?
I can. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Today, Samantha's going to be talking. She's working in the presentation mastery manual, level 1, option 1, intro to vocal variety and body language. Mr. Timer, her speech is 5 to 7 minutes. And Mr. Toastmaster, did you want to introduce her speech title?
I sure can. Thank you, Tracy. Please help me welcome up Sam with her speech, My Taylor Swift Era.
If you had the opportunity to see one of the most iconic artists in the world in Toronto, would you? Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, I had this opportunity a couple years ago. The Eras Tour began in 2023 and was wrapping up right in Canada in the end of 2024. Getting Taylor Swift tickets is not a straightforward endeavor. You get on a waiting list, and then only select people get the code. I did not get the code. Luckily, my sister got the code. She secured 4 tickets and we were going to Toronto. As a 30-something-year-old mother of 2 who doesn't get out much, this was a big deal for me. We planned the trip for months in advance. We got a hotel in walking distance. My friend had the idea, we're going to park at the Toronto airport. We're going to take the train downtown just in case there's traffic. The outfits were planned with care based on the different eras. The hype leading up to the adventure was tremendous. The overall experience was amazing. Everything from the hotel to the restaurant we dined at, the Rogers Center, everything was lovely there. It was ironically not busy that weekend. It was kind of a ghost town. There's something unique about going to a Taylor Swift concert. Every era is a different album and it has a different theme and emotions. It's called that because of the Eras tour. When you arrive, you get a light up bracelet. It had a little light attached to it. I no longer have it because I gave this to my daughter after the concert. However, everyone has a light up bracelet and they all are coordinated to follow certain sequences and colors in the crowd. Even during one era, there were little hearts that were seen throughout the crowd. So that was pretty cool. And that's why I saved this. Friendship bracelets are another thing Swifties are known for, with little phrases or sayings of Taylor's. And we made our own friendship bracelets before the concert as well. There was even a unique Eras Tour drink at the Rogers Center, and you got your very own friendship bracelet that says Toronto's version. We stood for the entire 3 hours singing all of the songs. I'm aware that I'm probably the only Taylor Swift fan here. That's okay. I understand. I myself don't like a lot of new music anymore. I'm officially at the age where I just don't think it's any good. So you may be wondering, why Taylor Swift? I'll tell you why. I don't get caught up in her personal life and political views. I genuinely like her music. The main reason for it is that I'm the same age as Taylor. When her debut country album came out and I was in high school, I related to that. I've been on this journey with her for 20 years. Next, she had Fearless and Speak Now. Those were my college years. Albums that highlighted romance, heartbreak. I could relate to that too. Next, she had Red, more heartbreak. 1989, which was her fun album. On to number 6, Reputation, which is probably my favorite album because it was pivotal in Taylor's career. In this Reputation era, she shed concern for the public and their opinions. In her documentary, she's very open about her struggle with an eating disorder and how the dispute with Kanye West affected her. And in this era, she just truly came into her power. Then on to the Lover album. I think I'm on number 7 now. She was in love. The next 2 albums, Folklore and Evermore, were her pandemic albums. Enough said. On to albums 10 and 11. You have Midnights and then the Tortured Poets department, where her music takes a darker turn, but it's still so powerful. And then finally, you have The Life of a Showgirl, Taylor in her happy engaged era, which is now. In addition to the fact that I've grown with Taylor over the years, I find her inspiring because she takes adversity and turns it into motivation to come back stronger. Also, the physical training that was required for the Eras Tour was intense. Taylor would sing the entire set list while running on the treadmill. I thought this physical endurance was inspiring, and it partially inspired me to run a half marathon. I thought, if she can do a 3-hour show, I can run a half marathon, right? In closing, my Taylor Swift era over the last couple years has been profound. If you are interested in seeing the Eras Tour show, they did make a movie on Disney Plus, FYI. My next big concert adventure is coming up in June. I'll be seeing Morgan Wallen in Pittsburgh, and I look forward to that. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. Our next speaker today is Yang, and her evaluator is Kate. Come on up, Kate.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the Day, and especially Yang. Yang's project, let me get my Tom Moran glasses on. In Pathways, this is Presentation Mastery. It's a level 1, Intro to Vocal Variety. Mr. Timer, this is 5 to 7 minutes. I am excited to introduce Yang. Fall in love with running. Fall in love with running. Yang.
Good morning, Mr. Toastmaster and fellow Toastmasters. Today, I would like to share a speech titled, Fall in Love with Running. I'm a runner. And 10 years ago, I hated running. Yes, hated. Not disliked. Not it's okay. I hated it. I was always active. I loved sports. I loved being outside, hiking, biking, anything that felt alive. But running, it felt like boring, endless, pointless. Why would anyone run just to run? Everything started to change in a very unexpected way on vacation. During winter, our family would travel to warmer places, Florida or somewhere similar. Sun, warm air, blue skies. I would wake up early in the morning. The kids were still sleeping. The world was quiet, so I went out for a short run in a beautiful park or sometimes on a cruise deck. Watching the sunrise, one of those iconic vacation moments you'll never forget. Feeling the warm air. I wasn't running for speed. I wasn't running for distance. I wasn't tracking miles, times, or goals. I was just moving and enjoying the weather. And slowly, very slowly, I started to enjoy running just a little. But let me be honest, I only liked running when it was sunny and warm. Cold weather, no. Rain, absolutely not. Snow, forget it. Running was still conditional. It had rules. If the conditions were perfect, then maybe I would run. Otherwise, I was still the person saying I'm not really a runner. Then came the pandemic. Like many of us, I was looking for safe outdoor activities. Something that would keep me healthy, physically and mentally. That's when I joined a running club. And that changed everything. We trained together once or twice a week. Some days we were motivated. Some days we were tired. Some days we really didn't want to show up. But we showed up anyway for each other. We encouraged one another. We talked while we ran. We laughed. We complained. We shared life 1 mile at a time. I started training regularly. Then I joined races. Then more races. 5K, 10K, half marathons, trail runs, cross-country runs. Next month, I will run 2 half marathons. The person who once asked, why would anybody run, just run, now plans weekends around races. Running is no longer just a workout for me. It's my mental reset. It's my stress relief. It's my time to think. But more than that, running became my social life. We don't just travel together for races. We try different foods. We go to the theater. We celebrate birthdays. We show up for each other on good days and hard ones. Running didn't just give me endurance, it gave me a community. Looking back, I never imagined I would stand here and say this. I don't run because I have to. I run because I want to. I fell in love with running, not because it's easy, but because it showed me what consistency can do, what commitment can build, and what community can change. It taught me that goals often start with discomfort and continues with support. So if you are sitting here thinking I'm not a runner, I understand. I said the same thing, but sometimes the things we think we hate are just waiting for the right moment, the right mindset, and the right people to help us fall in love. Thank you. My speech is done here, and I have something to say. Our nonprofit organization, Asian American Cultural Alliance, is hosting a 5K race at Delaware Park on August 8th this year. We'd love for you to join us. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster and fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Thank you very much, Eng. Yes. Yes, I'll be there with my running shoes on. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Steve, are you ready? Come on up, Steve. Steve Smith is evaluating Larry McKenzie.
Thank you. I have the honor today of evaluating Larry McKenzie. This should be fun. He's in engaging humor pathway, an L3 elective, researching and presenting. And the purpose of this project is to review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. His time, Mr. Timer, is 5 to 7 minutes. So I give you Larry McKenzie, if you say so.
Thank you, Steve. Before I begin, Mr. Timer, I have two little points of reference, I guess would be a good word. I wanted to send out kudos to our tech team today. If anyone noticed, the speakers are placed to the left and right of the lectern. And if you are sitting out into the audience, do you notice how clear everything sounds? Great job. I know that Len worked very diligently on making sure that that happened for us. And part two of my public service announcement is that if you by chance watch our YouTube videos of the meetings, you'll notice that it plays the entire soundbite from the entire meeting. This one, you may not hear all of that because there's this little thing on in movies, which is back to the theme, about copyright issues. And there's little things in regards to music clips and things as such. And when you upload a video to social media, they do a copyright scan. And if they find that there's music that's being played or certain things that are infringing on that, they blurt out and silent that whole part of your clip. So if you do watch today's meeting, you may find that. Back to my speech, Mr. Timer. If you say so, have you ever noticed that the truth has gotten quiet? Not gone, just quieter. Meanwhile, fake news has a full marketing team, a social media strategy, and apparently unlimited energy, and maybe even a Red Bull sponsorship. Truth shows up like, hey, I've got some facts. Fake news bursts in like, breaking, your toaster is spying on you. Share this before midnight Or your Wi-Fi will leave and take your dog with him. And somehow the toaster will get 2 million views and 5 comments saying, yeah, I knew that. Now, I'm not here to get political because honestly, fake news doesn't belong to just one side. It's equal opportunity nonsense. It shows up everywhere: health, finance, celebrity gossip, and especially that one group chat with your cousin who did all the research. You know that one. The source is always, I saw a video. Yeah. Fake news thrives because it's exciting, it's emotional, it tells us what we want to hear. The truth, on the other hand, is often boring. It's careful. It says things like, well, it depends. More research might be needed. Nobody ever shared a post that said more research is needed. That post might get 3 likes, one being your mom and the other 2 are bots. But here's the real difference. Fake news is designed to spread. Truth is designed to stand. Fake news wants your reaction. Truth wants your reflection. And we're a little vulnerable to it, even smart people, especially smart people, because fake news doesn't always look ridiculous. It often looks just believable enough. It's the junk food for the brain. Quick, satisfying, and later you realized, why did I consume all that? Did you ever scroll for 20 minutes and come out knowing less than you did before you even started? That's not social media. That's a magic trick. I'll give you a quick example. Have you ever read a headline, felt really outraged, and then maybe, just maybe, you didn't even read the article? You just read the headline. Yeah, me neither. I've never done that. That's how it works. Fake news doesn't need your attention for very long, just long enough to trigger a feeling. Anger spreads faster than accuracy. Outrage is basically the express lane to the internet. And social media, that's like the gym where fake news works out. It's getting stronger, faster, and somehow never skips a leg day. Meanwhile, truth is outside doing their stretches. Take your time. I'll be there. And here's something else I've noticed. Fake news loves confidence. It always sounds 100% sure, no hesitation, no doubt. It's like the friend who's never wrong. But they're always very, very wrong. Truth, on the other hand, is a little humbler. It says things like, we think this is correct based on our evidence. Fake news just says, absolutely true. My neighbor confirmed it. I don't know about you, but if their strongest source is my neighbor, we might just want to have a second opinion. And fake news also loves urgency. Share this now. Don't let this get taken down. Truth is like, you can read it whenever you have time. Fake news is like, if you don't share this in 10 seconds, something mysterious is going to happen to you. At that point, I'm less worried about the news and more worried about whoever wrote it. But here's where it gets a little more serious, because fake news doesn't just mess with what we believe. Sometimes it messes with who we keep. People are losing friendships, family dinners, group chats, other things that might not even be true. Think about it. We're arguing with real people over information that might not be true. That's like breaking up with someone because there was a rumor started by a guy named user123. And I've seen it happen. Conversations go from, hey, how have you been? To, I can't believe you just said that 12 seconds later. Suddenly, it's not about understanding. It's about winning. And nobody really wins. You just might lose a friend and gain a lot of stress. Now, I'm saying we should not agree on everything. That would be boring. And honestly, a little suspicious. But maybe we can disagree with disconnecting. Maybe instead of saying, you're wrong, we can say, help me understand how you see it. Maybe we remember that the person in front of us is more important than that post on your phone. Because at the end of the day, your friendships should be stronger than your algorithms. And if something online is strong enough to break a real friendship, it probably deserves a second look. Now I'm saying, and I'm not saying, we all need to become investigative journalists overnight. Nobody's expecting you to put on a trench coat, become Columbo, and whisper, "This goes deeper than we thought." But we can do small things. We can pause before we share things and say, does this make sense? Check the sources more than once. And my personal favor, if something sounds unbelievably shocking, it might be unbelievable, or at least worth a quick Google search before you go out texting your entire contact list. Truth doesn't usually scream. It doesn't need to. It holds over time. Fake news, it burns bright, and then it quickly disappears when nobody's looking, like that one diet that you said I'll start next Monday. Here's the irony. Truth usually trusts you. It assumes you'll think. Fake news doesn't. It tries to think for you, and it's not very good at it. So the real question isn't, why does fake news exist? It's, what kind of audience are we going to be? Because we're not just consumers anymore, we're distributors. Every share, every repost, did you see this? We're either helping the truth or giving fake news a microphone. And let's be honest, fake news does not need a microphone. It already has a podcast. So the next time something pops up on your screen that makes your heart race, your eyebrows raise, or your fingers itch to share, just take a breath. Truth will be still there in a few seconds. Fake news is counting on you to not wait that long. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry, and thank you to three of our iconic speakers this morning. Could I have a timers report, please, Mr. President?
All three of our speakers qualified. Sam at 5:10, Yang at 5:20, and Larry just made it at 7:10. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joe. Well, I fit around more of my computer. We're gonna divulge into our evaluations. Our first evaluator this morning on Zoom, evaluating Sam's speech, is Tracy Farrell. Tracy.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. And thank you, Sam, for giving us such a delightful speech today. I learned a lot about Taylor Swift. And it's interesting that you came right out and said, I'm probably the only Taylor Swift fan in the audience. And I have to tell you, you could be right. I didn't know anything about Taylor Swift. I kind of ignored her, but you really made her an interesting person, an iconic celebrity. And I do acknowledge that you did mention the word of the day in your speech. Your objectives today were to use vocal variety and gestures, and you did fantastic. You opened up and said, do you understand or do you know about Taylor Swift or something like that? You used your hand gestures, used a lot of vocal variety, and at the same time, you caught our attention. I mentioned that you used the word of the day in your speech. Was that always a plus? And I like how you mentioned that you grew up with Taylor Swift, that you're both the same age, and how her albums have changed throughout her life. And then you also brought something that I didn't know before, that she used a lot of the friendship bracelets and so forth, and that's how she connects with her audience. One of the ways you can connect with your audience is you talked about how each album was different and it went along with your life. And she had like 12 albums, and each one was different as she grew up. You used a lot of notes. And one of the things you could have said is, this is album number one. It was about this. look at your notes and say that, but you give your own little story of how your life related to that album. Album 2, you can look at your notes and then you know that story as you go on. So using that timeline of her albums and how your life evolved with her albums would keep you from using some of your notes. You really didn't use them too much, so it wasn't distracting. It was a fantastic speech. I was really interested and I got to know you better. I got to know more about Taylor Swift. You nailed your objectives. You used hand gestures and vocal variety, and you introduced us to Taylor Swift and what it's like to be a Swiftie. Matt, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Tracy. Next up, evaluating Yang's speech is Kate. Come on up, Kate.
Yang, are you there? That's a nice cover photo you have there. If you're not with us and had to step away, watch the recording. The powers of YouTube, as Larry reminded us. Gosh, all three speeches were very well written today. All three. Yang, I think this is my favorite of yours so far. It's difficult to choose. I mean, the trip to Antarctica, come on. This was well written and funny. And I love that. So, looking at you right now, I see you're there. Fabulous. I love that you rearranged for speaking. You were straight and centered, which was fantastic. You have listened to feedback from others in the past instead of being angled like now, which is fine because it's more observing. You gave us better eye contact with your camera. I loved that. Your pronunciation was much stronger, and that comes with reading a speech. You didn't make it look like you were reading fully. I loved how you presented. I think that you gave us so much humor. It was so funny and it landed. Your humor landed very well. And you cannot maybe see in the room, but the runners in the room were certainly enjoying it the most. And we were all laughing because of how you presented this in this universal way. I love the structure and the flow and the chronology of your journey. I feel the same way. And I was a runner. I started about 20 years ago. And you really made that vivid for me in remembering, yeah, this is tough. And then you hit a certain point of running when this is enjoyable. And I love this. And it makes me want to get back into it. And, I think, oh, I'm getting old, but I love being in this club because members of all different ages point out what they're doing, what works for them. And so you're inspiring in this as well. I am excited to see you feel more and more comfortable and confident. And the practice space here does that. I think the time will come pretty soon when you will do exactly what you just did today without reading verbatim, without reading word for word, and referencing notes less and less. Your pronunciation, your confidence, your poise is there, and it will just grow, and I can't wait to see it. Thank you, Young. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Kate. And our final evaluator this morning, evaluating Larry McKenzie's speech, is Steve Smith. Steve.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Larry. I saw the title, If You Say So, and I was having a little fun with it. Okay, what's he going to talk about? Well, you got up here and you got right to it. Tell us, you were going to talk about fake news, something we all hear and all have to deal with. And that the truth has gotten quiet. You were comparing the two. And why fake news is worse because it was designed to spread. I liked your vocal variety. It was there. Your heart was in this. We could feel that. That all came across. What I really loved is you did all this and talked about what can be a hotbed issue without getting political about it. That's not easy to do. So I applaud you for that. Your vocal variety was excellent. What I would like to see, and this is of course just my opinion, and you know me, I'm theatrical, a little more movement, a little more gesture. You've seen this on the, you read it, you got to do this in 15 minutes, and you're going, so a little more theatricality in that would really punch that material home. The material was good. Your voice carried good. We got the message. And I really appreciate you bringing us to this today, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Steve. Can I get a final timers report, please? Mr. Timer, Joe.
All three of our evaluators qualified. Tracy at 2:20, Kate at 2:25, and Steve at exactly 2 minutes. Good job, guys.
Thank you very much. So please cast your votes for Tracy, Kate, and or Steve. And Darcy will be coming around with the ballots. And the poll's already up. Thank you, Tech Gurus. I say gurus. I don't know why I say gurus. Is that allowed to say Tech Gurus? Yeah, it's very iconic. There you go. Let's just snap our fingers. There you go. All right. We got the system back on. Everything's good. So we're gonna do it again. The video is gonna play. Hold on, I gotta make sure I share. All right, here we go. Make sure that's good. It's gonna be a little bit delayed with the video quality, but here we go.
On behalf of the California Angels and the City of Los Angeles, on the occasion of Her Majesty's royal visit, please welcome internationally renowned opera star Enrico Palazzo. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us honor America as Mr. Palazzo will now sing our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail in the twilight's flag gleaming, whose bright stripes and broad stars in the perilous night on our ramparts we watch. And the rockets they glare, but of bombs in the air, they prove to the night that we still had our way. Oh, say does the ragtime banner wave over all that is free? We're the home of the land and the land of the free. Ladies and gentlemen.
Does anybody remember Caddyshack? All right. They used the 1812 overture, so when Bill Murray as Carl blows up the entire golf course, do you have something better? Oh. Oh, so that's right there. All right. We'll do one. One more. We got a little time. Anybody remember the Beatles, the movie Help? And I like the pin drops with complete silence. You remember? You don't remember 1965, Dave? Where you were like about 20? Okay, yes. Sorry.
I think I'm gonna be sad. I think it's today. Yeah. The girl that's driving me mad is going away. She's got a ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride, but she don't care. Don't care.
So this is the famous Beatles.
We need protection.
Get me protection.
People. Cool.
The ring. She's not wearing the sacrificial ring.
In the name of science, I demand that ring. They expect me to cut my finger off.
So the police are extended, giving the famous protection for which we are justly proud in this country, for a finger, eh?
Hands up. Hands up. Quick, quick.
Will John live to sleep in his pit again? Will Paul ever get back his electric organ? Will George be reunited with his ticker tape machine? And Ringo, will he ever play the drums again?
Help! I need somebody. Help! Not just anybody. Help! I need someone. Help! So much younger than today, but I never needed anybody's help in any way. Help me if you can, please down.
So that's it. Because we're running a little bit behind, so that's why I'm stopping. So Bridget, are you ready to give your general evaluation? Please help me welcome up Bridget. First time. No.
Oh, do I just, okay, I'm good. All right, thank you. Thank you so much. So, hello, fellow Toastmasters again. Okay, we'll have to do this again. All right, so as the general evaluator, I looked at the whole morning. As I walked in, people were pleasant. Everything was ready. We've got speakers on either side, something new. So trying new, different things. This was an iconic meeting for me. Snapping, I'm still not snapping very well. I do appreciate the technology that people were trying to bring into the meeting, and there were some glitches, but the effort was there. So I feel that the more we do this, the more that we bring technology into the meetings, we will get better at that. I do find that this meeting was quite jovial with Eric and smiling. I do wonder why it was a little confusing about the theme. So I'm not really sure where that glitch came in. The table topics, and I know I just said for the master. Table topics, there were also some glitches there, but I did appreciate everybody just kind of filling in and winging it. The speeches, my gosh, they were all so wonderful, the speeches. And then the evaluators sandwiching what that the feedback for those speeches was so well done, and they were encouraging. I do appreciate when we give encouragement to each other. Overall, I thought the meeting went quite well, despite the glitches, and the laughter definitely kept us going here. So that would be my evaluation today. Thank you very much. Oh, sure. Let's go over reports. Who do we want to go for? We would. Okay. On the agenda. Okay, we are going to go with the quiz master. Thank you.
Yeah, it works. Stay right there. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Good morning again, fellow Toastmasters. Few quick questions this morning, and the first one is, when did Yang start running? Anybody? During COVID, during the pandemic. Thank you, Maggie. And from Samantha's speech, who won the code for the Taylor Swift tickets in Toronto? Does anyone? Thank you very much. And the last one, what's the latest movie Zach watched? Zootopia 2 is the answer. And with that, I will turn it back over to Madam General Evaluator.
Now I would like to hear from, and I apologize if this is not in the correct order. I would like to hear from we've already heard from the word master, the master. Please. Oh, Carol Ann is on Zoom.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Eric had a restart. Kate started a couple times. She started a sentence and then went to another idea. Beth had a restart and a couple so's. Bridget had a so, an and an ah. And Zach had an an ah, and a so. But everyone really spoke very smoothly today. So there were very few ahs today. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol Ann. Now I would like to ask the grammarian to come up to the lectern, please. Thank you.
Here I am again. Good morning. We have a lot of great speakers in this group. So many. It's great to not only listen to the interesting things that you have to say, but watch the presentations and watch the improvement every week. I really appreciate it. I wish Sam hadn't left. Wow. I mean, that's her second speech. Ways that we can improve. We said we got, and it would be better if we said we have, we received. There's other ways to use that word. Dropping the beginnings of words. We got them, instead of we've got them. So a little bit more enunciation. There was a use of word that I'm going to bring up, but someone said, ready to divulge into table topics. And I know that he knows that that wasn't the right word. We don't divulge into anything. That in itself is incorrect, but we dive into. Divulge means to reveal. No. And now we learned something, and we all learned something today. I don't think it's any good. It would be stronger if we said, I don't think it's very good, or I don't think it's good. It's not that any good is incorrect. It's just vague. So we could improve on that. Your material was good. It would be better to be more concise, or say something more useful, like your delivery was confident and polished. Again, I want to say that the uhs and ums, but that's somebody else's job now. So I think we were doing really great on that, and only one person went over 5 times in that. So, yay! Thank you very much. I'll turn it back over to our general evaluator, Bridget. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Grammarian. The person I would like to call next would be the word master, Marshall, and the word of today was iconic. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. After table topics, Eric, Tracy, Samantha, Young used the word of the day, iconic. If I missed anybody, that's because you didn't make finger snap. Thank you.
Thank you, Marshall. Now I would like to end with the Toastmaster, Mr. Eric. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Bridget. Another hand for Bridget. It's her first time as general evaluator. Well done. And we have our winners. Our best table topics this morning, he left. It was Zach. Our best evaluator today is Kate. And I know she just left. And Mark, if you want to give this to Sam, Sam is our best speaker today. There you go, sir. Yep. All right. And Kate will announce the 50-50 winners. And she has announcements to make.
Okay, can I give you this? That's fine. Our winner, last 3 numbers, 213. Steve is our winner today. Bravo. Remember, take your second chance ticket, write your name on the back and put it in the dues second chance. Like at the beginning of the meeting, we mentioned Dave Licata is our Toastmaster next week and he announced our theme. I'd like to share the schedule for next week, and then reminder the week after is DECA, but we did finish the schedule, so we'll get that up shortly. Our speakers next week are Les, Mark, and Tracy, our alternate Mike Licata. Our evaluators, Beth, Mike Florio, and Steve. That's evaluators. Thank you, Steve. In vacation, Maggie, let me say the name first. Margot, Table Topics Master. Marshall, Quote Master. Marty, Timer. Sam, Jester. Chris, Wordmaster. Zach, Quizmaster. Nancy, Grammarian. And Larry must have an announcement. He's right here.
Actually, it's just a quick announcement. For those of you that didn't notice, Maggie brought in some delicious blueberry scones this morning. So I wanted to thank Maggie for that because they were still warm when she brought them in, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So thank you for the blueberries. Blueberry muffins. Over to Len.
I'll take over the mic if nobody else will. Just a couple quick announcements. Normally, we're taught to keep our head up when we're walking around somewhere. Here, it's a little different. Keep your head down. I don't want anybody tripping over the cables, and there's a few more than normal. This is not the final configuration, but keep an eye out for the cables. We haven't had anybody trip yet. Secondly, our policy has remained the same. If you intend to employ audiovisual or clips or any type of multimedia in your presentation, that has to be in our hands 3 days prior with clear instructions on when and what's going to be used. You can't just say, here, play this at the last second. That doesn't fly. We have a lot of things we're doing in the background here. We may not look busy because we've been doing it a while, but we're watching a lot of things constantly. Iconic meeting, 3 fantastic speakers. There was a third thing, but I'm having a senior moment, so that's all. Mr. President.
And I have one more. Oh, Mark. Yep.
I think I'll step in for Len because I believe I know what he was going to say. I would like to give kudos specifically to Mike Licata because if you notice, Mike is always on deck. please be on deck. The meeting goes so much faster. We're all pros at this. We know when we're about to be called. I don't believe that to be true. And that's all I have to say about that.
Also, one more thing as the immediate past president before I bring up Joe. After the DECA meeting, we're going to be proposing the slate of officers. So please get a hold of me if you can. I will not be here when that happens. So if Kate, if you would like to take over that, that's fantastic. I would like to invite up our club president to close out the meeting. Thank you guys so much.
Any more announcements from anyone? Okay. Olive Leaf. Okay, well, I have to work, so I'm crushed. I'll wait till summer, though. So wonderful meeting, and everyone, please have a wonderful Easter holiday this coming up, and hope to see everyone next meeting. Thank you.